I'd rather fall flying than live a life on the edge and never jumping off. See, most people want the convenience of transformation without the inconvenience required for transformation. Your conviction and your convenience don't live on the same block. So if you want to have a conviction for something, you have to sign up to be inconvenienced. See, we're not supposed to tuck our dreams on the pillow when we get up in the morning. We're not supposed to leave them at home and go and fulfill somebody else's dream. We're not supposed to do that. That's not what we're wired to do. That's not who we are. You got to go out the door, put on your best running shoes, get your back strong, and go after it and run like you're late for work. Like we'll run if we're late for work, run for someone else's dream harder than we'll run for ours.
The pen has always been in your hand, that no one else can write your story but you. You are the designer of your destiny. You are the author of your autobiography. You write the story of your life. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. What do you want and how do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough.
So we're all waiting for perfect. It's an illusion that will never come to, and it's an excuse to never show up and play. Because we often wait for the fear to go away to take action.
Fear is a story that you told yourself about something that might happen in the future, that you have zero evidence that it will happen, but it's causing a visceral effect in your body. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your friend.
Fear is only your enemy when you allow it to paralyze your movement.
That fear no longer becomes your fortress. Fear becomes your fuel. Fear is that thing that pushes you forward. Fear is the thing that reminds you, oh, I need to go get more information. Fear will keep you up at night studying.
Fear will humble you out. Fear will have you ask for help.
Fear is your friend when you use it to inform you. Fear reminds you that you have not arrived to the top of the mountain, that you are still climbing with the rest of us. Fear is your friend. What have you allowed it to do in your life?
The reason why a lot of people won't become who they want is because they're too attached to who they've been. And you hear it all the time when people say, I've always been this way. Okay, well, if that's working for you, keep doing that. Another reason why people won't get there is because the doorway is for you to fit through. You're trying to carry everybody else through because you're trying to be Rescue 911, and you got to rescue you first.
And no one change, no one transformation happens all at once.
It's like doing ab work. You want great abs, you can't do sit-ups one time and get it. You got to go back again and again and again and again.
It's going to be in small needlepoint moves. Some of your fears come out of something someone said about you. Some of your best motivation came wrapped in sandpaper. Some of your best motivation didn't come wrapped in love and came with warm cookies and milk. It came wrapped in sandpaper. It came wrapped in thorns. It came wrapped in that divorce. It came wrapped in the loss of a loved one. It came wrapped in something that didn't work. Some of your best motivation that you needed, some of the best lessons that you need to learn came wrapped in sandpaper. Our job is to take the information, to take the lesson, and to take the opportunity and use it to fuel you, not make you afraid. So look fear in the face and then stand on the edge. Hold fear. Don't wait for the fear to leave you. Hold fear in one hand and passion in the other and leap. Because only three things can happen. You're either going to jump and fly, or you're going to jump and fall on something soft, or you're going to fall down hard. Either way, you're going to get back up. You already know you got what it takes to get back up. You've been built to last. Either way, you'll get up and do it again. Either way, we'll get the best version of you. Either way, it's your time right now. You assume you have forever. I'm saying you need now. I'm saying be radical enough. Be outrageous enough. Be unapologetic enough to hold fear in one hand and passion in the other and leap anyway. Your brain will always tell you to step back. It's always going to tell you to step back because you can fall. Always. It's going to tell you to step back. Because before you fell, the last time you did this, you saw someone else fail. You could hurt. You could be off work. It's designed to keep you safe. So you have to be willing to play between your brain and your soul. And on some days, you got to just listen to your soul. And you got to say, I'm going to leap. I'm going to get to the edge. Most people are at the edge, and you're standing at the edge and you're watching everyone else fly, watching someone else live, wondering what it's going to be like when you jump without ever jumping. And I'm just here to tell you, jump.
Your soul, your intuition, your human spirit is designed to make you soar.
You want to go somewhere you've never gone? You got to do something you've never done. You got to say something you've never said. You got to go to a place in you that you've never even been. And even when you have a dream and you don't know how you're going to get there, but you know what the dream is, even if no one agrees with you, even if you have to walk alone, even when it feels like you have no idea how you're going to make it happen.
Your story is not meant to be your fortress. Your story is meant to be your fuel. Best lessons and biggest mistakes. So don't be afraid of mistakes.
The fear of being judged, that will hold so many of us, that will cause you not to leap. When you become more concerned with other people's perception of you than you are of your own truth.
Other people's perception of you ain't none of your business. It's your job to do the best you possible. And in doing you, you inspire us that if you can master you and your contribution to the planet, your unique fingerprint, your individual breath, your DNA, you're an unrepeatable miracle. If you can own your brilliance while owning your imperfections. If you can own your giant while owning your smallness. If you can live in duality, constant duality, can you give yourself permission to live in the duality of your imperfections and your smallness and what you're learning and what you still have to learn and your greatness and your brilliance and your light? Can you allow them to coexist and then serve them up to the world? To love you, to see you, to inhale you, to judge you, to leave you, to love you. Some of us are just as afraid of being loved as we are to be left. Can you give the world permission to leave you and love you?
What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? How big would you play if you knew that you can survive any heartbreak, any breakdown, any betrayal? What would you do if the things that you were afraid of you knew were absolutely nothing? They were all opportunities for you to get stronger in your faith, stronger in your resiliency. What would you do? Who would you love? How big would you play? Where would you leap? How would the world benefit differently because who you've decided to be? How would the world be a better place to live because fear didn't have you standing on the edge?